guys, my name is Emma. So today I'm gonna be starting with a moisturizer, and this is important because it kind of prepares your skin if you have dry skin or textured skin, even oily skin. It really helps to have a smooth base because what happens when you cake makeup on top of dry skin is it'll come out looking cakey and it won't look super good and it won't feel good after. After I let my moisturizer soak into my skin for about 5 minutes, then I'll start with my makeup. I like to start with my eyebrows first because if we do kind of one of the most biggest things on our face, we can sculpt them out with our foundation or concealer after. So what I have here is just eyebrow tint. You can use brown eyebrow, like eyeshadow. It doesn't matter what you use. We just want the eyebrows to look very full and thick. And don't be scared to go dark because we have to see this from very far back in the audience. So we want it to look pretty thick. So I'm just gonna be using a brown powder and going straight over the tint. And this actually would help to lock the tint in place and make sure it stays for the entire show and intermission as well. Now that I'm happy with my eyebrows, I'm going to go in with my foundation, and I want to put this pretty much all over my face, as long as it's not too close to your under eyes, your nose, or your lips. So I'm gonna put it here, here. You can be pretty generous with this. Don't put an insane amount. I think something like this would be the perfect amount. And then I'm gonna take this brush. You can use a beauty blender. Worst comes to worst, you can use your fingers as well, but as long as you're patting it in. So I'll show you what it looks like depending on what you wanna use. So if I was gonna blend it with my fingers, I would pat like this. If I was to use a brush, I would use small movements, downward movements, because our pores are actually facing down on our face. So if we go up, it'll irritate our face and it just won't feel good coming off. It won't be as easy. So using downward motions is always really helpful. Now, if you were looking to use a beauty blender or a sponge, I don't have a sponge, I'm using my powder sponge, but I'm just patting this in. The same way we would with our fingers, but just with the sponge. And sometimes it actually helps to wet the sponge before you begin patting the product in. So next, I actually want to go in with my concealer now, and so this is the shade I use for my foundation, which is pretty much an exact match to my skin tone. And then for your concealer, usually you want to have it be at least no more than 1 tone lighter than your actual skin tone. It can be the same tone as your foundation if you'd like, but if you use a shade of concealer that's 1 shade lighter than your foundation, it'll make your eyes pop, it'll make you look more awake, and it'll be more noticeable. So I'm gonna put my concealer under my eyes, the side of my eyes, on my chin, and on my forehead. And same thing with the foundation. You can use a brush, your finger, you could use a sponge. It's whatever your preference is or what you have. So I'm just gonna blend this in. I kind of like to blend it out, go to the other eye, blend it, and I actually wait for like 5 seconds before I fully blend this out, because it actually, when the product soaks into your skin, you'll actually get fuller coverage, which is what we need, so we can see it from the back. And it's the same with the foundation. You don't want to rub it in. You want to do small motions going downward. Or if you're using your finger, it's like that. But I do it more like this. It'll look more like that. So now we are done our base. And it's very important to set your skin. Set your skin, girl. Hold on.